Alright, so the very first thing I'm doing is I'm taking my clippers, I've got the shortest guard possible, and I'm just going through and removing a lot of the weight. My model wants her hair on the back and sides really tight. We've taken it down before using scissor over comb, but in this particular case, we are going to use the clippers. So, I'm removing the bulk. As you can see, I'm scooping out when I get to the occipital bone. It keeps the shape softer by creating a graduated shape. And typically, softer shapes work better on women. Stronger shapes, more harsher, stronger shapes will typically work better on men. It doesn't mean you can't do either or on either or, but in this particular case, we decided to go softer. So I'm scooping out, creating that graduation right there at the occipital bone to keep the shape a little bit more soft. Now, I'm going to take my clippers, I'm going to remove a lot of this bulk, and then we'll take the guard off and take down that graduation even tighter. So as you can see, I've taken the guard off now, and I'm just going through and removing the bottom portion of this hairline to take it nice and tight, nice and short, and then we'll blend out that line that I'm creating right now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play with the lever on my clippers and start to fade out and blend out and erase that line that I just created there at the hairline. So as you can see, I've pulled my lever back a little bit and I'm now just scooping that line out. And I'm just going to fade that line out so we don't have any hard lines down at the hairline. Alright, so now that I've completed taking away a lot of the hair in the back, I'm going to do the exact same thing on the right side. This is going to be the disconnected overhang section. The top, as you can see, is clipped away. I've got the top section off. Once I've completed cutting the right side, I'm going to take those clips out, and then that top section will hang over the right side. It's going to be disconnected, but by disconnecting, it removes a lot of the hair that's on the right side. As you can see, a lot of the hair on the right side is already gone, utilizing the clippers, and now I'm cleaning it up with the trimmers. I'm going to go through and clean up all of the hairline using these trimmers, but the point is, if your client or model has a ton of hair and they dress their hair to one side and it's very full, very thick, maybe consider disconnecting it by doing an undercut in, for example, the way I'm doing right here, by removing all of the hair on the right side on the underneath. When that top section comes down, it's not as full and it's not as thick. Alright, so now I am working the left side. As you can see, I've got my guard back on the clippers, and I'm going to just basically do the exact same thing I've been doing throughout the haircut. Just taking my clippers and working my way up and slightly scooping as I work my way to the top. Alright, so as you can see, I've now got the trimmers in my hand, and I'm just going to work my way around the outline, cleaning it all up. Now that I've got the outline all cleaned up, you can see I've got the clippers back in my hand. I do not have a guard this time. I've taken the guard off, and I'm simply using my clippers just to go through and soften the outline up a little bit more. The trimmers cleaned up the outline. These clippers are going to soften up the outline. Alright, so now it's time to cut the top. As you can see, I've taken the clips out, dried the hair, and I am now cutting this overhang section that overhangs the disconnected right side. You can see, even though it's disconnected from the top to the right side, it still blends through the back. It's very subtle. You almost don't even realize there's disconnection there. By cutting the underneath, it just took a lot of the hair and a lot of the weight and a lot of the volume and a lot of the bulk out of my model's hair so that this top section lays flatter, more leaner, more sleeker. So if you've got a lot of hair, if your client or model has a lot of hair, consider disconnecting it by removing that underneath. Alright, so we've come to the end of this haircut. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What we did is we left the top portion a little bit longer all throughout the entire of the haircut, basically having some disconnected pieces. You can see right there in the back, slightly overhanging that graduation we created in the back with the clippers. Alright, well, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to put them down in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And as always, thank you guys so very much again for watching.